Hello and welcome to another episode of Zolf Talks Photography. Today we're talking about the best cheap camera and lens for fashion photography. So you can get different types of lenses, you can get different types of cameras, but I'm going to be giving you examples of what I find helpful to start. So this is when I first started, and this is probably 2012, 2009, probably earlier than that. But I basically put a photograph up of my first setup on Reddit and basically shared it to say this was my first camera, and it was the first T1i known in America, which is a 500D Canon in the UK. It had a 70 to 200 combo lens. That's what I titled it on Reddit, for catwalks or fashion photography. So this is a big lens and the body is not great. So this is basically along the lines of putting your money on the lens, not the body, to prove that you don't need the latest and greatest body. So let's see how this did. So I'm going to basically talk through the comments that I received on Reddit about the camera and the lens to see if what I suggested there is the best cheap option. So we have a comment here from Serenative, and he basically said this image is very much the representation of nah, don't worry about the body, spend all the money on the lenses. I like that energy. He got 32 points because people voted him up, so he was right. Basically spend the money on the lens, not the camera body. Another lens here, comment to say nice 70 to 200 you got there. And it's the first version. This actually is, it's not even the newer one, and that lens is too hot for that body, was another comment we got from Pixel Karma. And it's all about the glass, mate, it's all about the glass. That's hilarious. I love it. I might put a link in the description so you can actually see this photograph, because it will be interesting to see what your comments are. Ditch the UV filter. You want to protect the front element, but on the lens hood that filter will degrade your image. Good point. That's something to note if you're using filters and if you're worried about image quality. But remember, if it's a 500D, a low light is not going to be performing great anyway, so it depends what the lens is capable of doing. The thing on the tripod collar, that's perfect. Can I ask where you got it? Silly. It's clearly a lens cap people edit on there. I asked because I hate when it set down my camera and it rests on the rim of the lens. Thought you had a solution. It is a solution of sorts. If you have your camera case or your lens case, you can use it as a mini, like a budge. You can budge it underneath the tripod, basically the lens. If you see the picture, you might see what I mean. In the description, you'll see that. When you need at least one of these things, 70 to 200 focal length, 2.8 aperture, IS, great glass quality with low chromatic aberration and good sharpness, that's the lens to go for. Definitely. The main reason I got this was for low light catwalks. You can see some photos of this lens and examples in a video that I made, and I'll link to that. And old fashioned, I think, thinking street photography while taking your cats for a stroll. So because it said catwalk, someone took it literally, and I don't know if he's making a joke or not, but anyway, everything this and the 2470 2.8 is all the glass someone will ever need. It's a competition of size. Who's got the biggest one? That's definitely right. It's a competition of size. Without the battery grip, lens probably lifts the whole camera. It does. The body isn't great, and gets unbalanced with that grip. Also harder to shoot portraits. So that was a quick look at that article and question I put on Reddit. It got 146 upvotes, so it was interesting. Make sure to check that out. It's a quick post here, a bit different to the normal style, just to give you a perspective from other people that like photography.